2 lanes have been closed on part of the A15 Lincoln Road in the city this week for safety reasons, while repairs are done to the Rhubarb bridge. However, it's led to huge congestion during rush hour, and now the council stepped in to try and alleviate things. We'll hear from them shortly, but first our reporter Kerry Devine has been to meet Anthony Delaine Smith, the boss of local coach firm Delaine's, one of those who've been affected.
Rhubarb Bridge is obviously lies on one of the major corridors into the city of Peterborough. It's very frustrating that this critical junction has been a complete lack of traffic management in the roadworks that are going on. We have 8 buses an hour through that junction. Stagecoach have 12 buses an hour, so there's 20 buses an hour going through that junction. There's been no consultation at all with the operators on the programme of works that are actually going on there. The first we knew of all this pandemonium this week was the same as everybody else when we turned up Monday morning to be faced by a wall of traffic. This is 4 weeks of work, and that's 4 weeks of misery and frustration for thousands of people, not just bus users but motorists that have to get into work, and it isn't fair on people. But in my opinion, it would be much better to reduce the working hours to off-peak 9:30 till 3:30, as they have done on other works along the Lincoln Road corridor, and not put the cones out in the extra lane till after 9, have them away by 3:30 so people can get to work. Yeah. It's always easy to say it's about safety. If they wanted to be safe, why haven't they put cameras out in that lane to film anybody that is acting dangerously?
Accidents. And the A15 in Peterborough is still quite slow at the moment. This is the Lincoln Road stretch as you go south towards the Manchester Square junction, just on the roundabout. So quite a bit going on this afternoon. If you do spot a queue and it's safe and legal to do so...
I'm currently in that traffic, and you might think, well, where's the sound of the car engine? Well, it's switched off because it's at standstill. We're all at a standstill here. Some people have been in this traffic for over an hour, and the frustration is beginning to show. Lots of people beeping their horns. There does seem to be a slight move in traffic, so I am going to take this opportunity to try and get into that lane properly. I'm just about to step onto a bus now. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Steve.
Hello, Steve.
How are you?
I'm all right, mate. How long have you been driving this bus for?
All day, and it's absolutely horrendous. These roadworks, what's taking, should take 10 minutes, is taking an hour at peak time and at least half an hour off peak.
So how many times are you going along this road?
5 or 6 times today.
Do you use that when you're on the road in the roadwork?
Oh, I've used it about 25 times today.
Steve there, one of the bus drivers at Delaine's, ending that report from Kerry Devine. Well, the council's now decided to restore 2 lanes for use during peak times and only reduce it to 1 between 9:30 in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon. Joining us now is Andy Tatt. He's head of Peterborough Highway Services. Morning, Andy.
Good morning, Foddy.
So I'm sure you weren't surprised to hear about the havoc this has been causing. Why has it taken you so long to respond with this solution?
Well, actually, it hasn't. To be fair, the works commenced on this major interchange, and obviously your listeners will know it is a major interchange at the heart of the city on the A47 where it meets the A15. The works commenced actually on the 28th of January, so they've been running 4 weeks now with actually very limited disruption. What happened on last week to instigate the reduction in lanes was we had a few incidents where particularly large HGVs were clipping the traffic management, the cones, and we actually had quite a serious incident on Friday where some of the cones were actually being flung out into the workforce. So we obviously have to think of the protection of the workforce and also the travelling public, because quite rightly they can go the other way and into the live traffic as well.
But now you are going to restore those 2 lanes, so what's changed with the safety reasons?
Yeah, so basically what we've done, so we have to risk assess as we do with all jobs, so we've reacted really quickly with our contractor, because you've got to bear in mind this is a major interchange and a major bit of work, so you can't just remove traffic management, within an hour. You have to do it very, very considerately and obviously right for the rest of the travelling public. So we looked at that on Monday. Bear in mind, this was Monday when it occurred. So the traffic management went down to one lane on Monday, which caused this issue. Now, obviously, that was unacceptable. Quite take on board what Anthony Delaine has said, and we had consulted also with Stagecoach. But because it was an issue that we had to deal with quite quickly for safety reasons, we had to put that on. Now, that has been changed now, so actually as the rush hour last night, it was put back to 2 lanes. So your travelling public now will notice a difference back to 2 lanes for the peak period. So between 9:30 and 3:30, it will be restricted back to 1 lane because that's when we're working. So I do advise to sort of obviously listen to yourselves and any media outlets regards to traffic information, but please try and alternate your routes. If you can use the parkways as much as possible, stagger your journeys.
And
because,
Andy, how long is this work going to continue for, just briefly, because we're running out of time?
Yeah, so this current phase is potentially another 6 weeks of the current phase, and then there's another 6-7 phases after that, and it's going on to the winter 2019. But we're going through one of the worst phases at the minute, so hopefully it will get better. But there will be disruption now. It will be better, but there still will be delays because obviously it's a major interchange.
Thank you, Andy Tatt, head of Peterborough Highway Service.